Ever tried to break up with a company only for them to refuse to let you leave? This isn't just a story about losing money, it's about a corrupt system, where even platforms meant to protect you work to silence the truth by abusing your most sensitive personal data. This is the nightmare of GrabPoints and Trustpilot. If you missed how this nightmare started, you can find the original video linked in the description below, but trust me, you'll want to stay for this full, updated saga. The nightmare began after I spent a significant amount of time on the GrabPoints platform. We're not talking about 5 minutes of work here. We're talking about hours and hours of dedicated, painstaking effort, meticulously completing surveys and offers. This wasn't free time, this was labor, and it translated directly into a substantial amount of points, ready to be cashed out. But when I finally went to redeem those hard-earned earnings, the system slammed the door in my face. My account was suddenly suspended. Just like that, GrabPoints stole my hours of work and my money. This is a predatory business model, designed to let users earn value only to pull the rug out right at the finish line. It took a nightmare of fighting, relentless emails, and even threats, mentioning everything from regulatory bodies to public exposure, to finally force GrabPoints to reinstate my account. But the damage was done, the trust was shattered, and I knew I had to warn others. My next step was accountability. I took the story of the stolen earnings and unfair suspension straight to Trustpilot and posted an honest, verified negative review. But here's where the betrayal escalated dramatically. Trustpilot wasn't just a neutral platform, it was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Remember, to become a verified reviewer on Trustpilot, I had to provide my driver's license and other highly sensitive personal information. I trusted them with my identity data just to give an honest opinion, and they used that trust against me. When I posted that negative review about GrabPoints, Trustpilot was immediately on the attack. Their initial communication was deceptively small. They threatened to remove just that one negative review. But their final devastating action was an act of extreme corporate censorship. They didn't just remove the GrabPoints review, they proceeded to wipe out all of my other honest reviews. Every single one across every other company I had ever reviewed on their site. This was a massive deception and a truly punitive attack on a user who had given them highly sensitive personal data. Trustpilot used my honest complaint about GrabPoints theft as an excuse to wipe my entire history as a verified reviewer, silencing me completely. A corrupt system, where even platforms meant to help users often carry their own agendas. This was a calculated move, a predatory model designed to let others earn value only to pull the rug right at the finish line. After that massive betrayal by the review platform, I had zero tolerance left for GrabPoints. I tried to finally leave the platform for good, which led to the ultimate frustration, the ghost email closure problem. I tried to close my reinstated account, but the required confirmation email never arrived. This is a classic dark pattern, a deliberate user interface design that makes it nearly impossible to do what you want, in this case, close your account. GrabPoints was deliberately withholding the final step, holding my personal data hostage, forcing me into an endless circular troubleshooting loop just to retain my information. Their support response was pure mockery, telling me to repeat the broken steps I had already reported. A clear, unethical stall tactic designed to frustrate the user into giving up. I spent countless hours trying to get a response, caught in a frustrating loop of endless emails, constant login attempts, and absolutely no answers. This entire saga shows that we are fighting multiple battles. We're fighting companies like GrabPoints who steal our earnings and hoard our data, and we are fighting the platforms like Trustpilot that are supposed to provide accountability, but instead protect their paying clients while misusing the sensitive information we gave them in trust. If you are facing this, you need to use the language of law. I am fighting back by invoking my right to erasure, the legal demand for a company to delete my personal data. I am treating the ghost email as a deliberate and illegal obstacle to that right. My advice to you is this: document everything. Save every single email, screenshot every error message, and be prepared to take the fight to the FTC or other consumer protection agencies. Do not let these companies exhaust you into silence. But I was not giving up. It took a nightmare of fighting, relentless emails, and even threats mentioning everything from regulatory bodies to public exposure to finally force GrabPoint to close my account. The fight for digital privacy and data ownership is real. We must hold platforms accountable, especially those that claim to offer trust, while actively censoring those who paid them with their most sensitive personal information. If you believe in the right to erasure, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into fighting corporate nonsense. Thanks for watching. See you next time.